As promised, this is the second part of 2.8 complex fractions, and we're going to take a look at the last two examples that I didn't have quite time to get to in class because we had done a lot of homework problems. Number 7 actually is quite a bit like number 6 and 5. We do have a fraction inside of a fraction here. There's a bit more simplifying at the end, which is why I wanted to make sure we did this particular problem. So the starting part's the same way, 7x minus 49 over x, and then I multiply by the reciprocal, which is x minus 2 over 4x minus 28. Now on this one, you'll notice again, kind of like on the denominator of number 6 over here, I have some factoring I can do within each of the numerator and denominator pieces. So on this first one, I have a 7 I can factor out, leaving me with x minus 7. On the denominator here, I have a 4 I can factor out, leaving me with x minus 7. So we're going to look again along diagonals, cross tops and bottoms, and so forth, and see what we can cancel. So on this one, we see that the x minus 7 will cancel here and here. And I think that's the only piece that we see. There is a 7 and a 4, but they don't reduce. So the 7 on the first fraction will be left to be multiplied by x minus 2. There's a 4. We usually write the coefficients first. So a 4 on the second fraction's denominator and an x. So we are left with 7 times x minus 2 over 4x. And again, you do not need to distribute it out. Okay, so number 8 actually is quite a bit like what we were doing on 3 and 4 over here. It's actually a bit simpler because the denominators match. You'll notice that we do in fact have denominators, little denominators that are the same, w. And if I were to use that, my reality is that my least common denominator then is w on this one. If I had to find more, I would do it in the same way that I did on problems 4 and 5, or 3, when was it? Yeah, 3 and 4 rather. So this is w, so it means that I will multiply by w to each of my fractions. Remember, w is w over 1. So if it helps you to write it as w over 1, do that. If you can write it as w and that's cool with you, then do it that way. This w will cancel, leaving me with a 2. Again, if that's bothersome, you can multiply across the top 2w, and you would have w on the bottom, so 2w over w would give you 2. On the second one, we have 7 times w, so that's plus 7w. And then I have 3 times w, that's 3w. And then one more time again, this w cancels, leaving me with plus 2. So I have 2 plus 7w over 3w plus 2.